Get a little side to side motion. Call this the bone saw.
That's what it feels like. Hey everyone, I'm Michelle Krista Smith, actor, stunt woman, speaker, educator. Today, I have an awesome video for you. We're gonna go through some of the workouts that I like to do. So being a professional athlete, being a stunt woman, and a staff spinner at a very high level, there is a lot of little intricacies that I have to work on to get my joints moving, stable, and super healthy. So I'm here with my personal trainer, Alex Turner, and he's gonna take us through some awesome exercises that I personally do in my training. So, Alex,
how you doing?
Tell us about yourself.
I do a lot of sports-specific training, so I actually train her brother, Bobby, who's in Cirque du Soleil, which is really cool. So what we do basically is she came to me needing some knee rehab and some shoulder rehab. And so basically my first plan is, okay, how's the body working right now? Is she tight anywhere? Is she lacking range of motion? So we address that first. And so maintenance is the number one thing. So constantly keeping your muscles healthy, rolling them out, stretching them, and then stabilizing the joints, making sure it's stable, mobile, and then you can focus on strength and power after that. Before we go anywhere, please make sure you hit that subscribe button down below. Leave me a comment, tell me what you liked about this video and what you might want to see in other videos. You can also head over to Alex's page and go over into his Instagram, subscribe there. Do you have a Facebook? I do not have a Facebook page. Okay, don't go to Facebook. All right, let's get started. I'm ready to do this. She experienced a lot of knee pain, and to keep it very simple, typically when you have knee pain, you just have to look at the muscles that surround the knee. So your quads, your hamstrings, your adductors, your lower leg muscles, and you just gotta make sure that they're all a little bit loose and not super tight. Start with a little bit of love, nice and easy. Make her think that it's not gonna be painful. And then here we go. Sometimes if you're lucky, your muscle will actually start to twitch and then release. That's what you really want. These are typically probably the worst muscles to roll, it seems like. There's just all kinds of knots in here, trigger points.
This is when you question your life choices. Up until now, you're like, what the fuck am I doing with my life that this is a thing?
Again, if you're feeling knee pain, it doesn't necessarily mean that your knee is a problem. It could be all the muscles that are surrounding it.
In my case, just tightness.
Which is ironic because you're extremely flexible.
I am. A lot of it comes down to my posture, the way I walk. I tend to sit into one hip when I'm standing, and when I'm on set, I'm standing on concrete or uneven ground with shitty shoes a lot of the time. All of that adds up over time, and then me doing my thing. There's just a lot of wear and tear that's going on. This is okay. I'm okay. I'm okay. Everything's fine. Life is great. Oh God. Why?
So this one is just going to do some external rotation activation, and she's going to keep her elbow nice and tight, and then just pull that down to the side, and just to warm up her external rotators in the back here. She said she was experiencing problems with that shoulder, so just making sure that it's working in all the different angles. And this one's really important for me personally because I do a lot of internal and external rotation while I'm doing my work, and so this area has become a problem because there's a lot of wear and tear. Activating my rear delt has been really helpful for me in my work. So, in this position, make sure that her shoulders stack on top of her other shoulders so she's perfectly vertical, and the kettlebell nice and straight. What she's going to do is take her shoulder all the way into internal rotation, okay? Typically the position we are in too much, we want to avoid, and then she's going to turn that kettlebell all the way into external rotation. She's going to really squeeze her lat, this muscle down the side here, and that's going to pull her shoulder down and stabilize it, and then bring it back into the internal rotation. And so while she's taking through the full range of motion, she's having to stabilize and balance this thing because it wants to fall in any direction right now. She's actually making it look really easy. It's not. And so this is a really good stability exercise for your shoulder. When we started this one, I could barely hold this thing up. It's true. Falling all over the place. And then you can be a dick. You can see if she can stay. That's pretty good. Okay, so this is another good exercise for the shoulders to get through the shoulders through its full range of motion and activate all of those postural muscles that are good for keeping your shoulders in your back in a good position while fully overhead. The bar's gonna come around and start at her upper back. Your hands ideally about shoulder width apart. If it's too hard for you to get in that position, you can go wider hands, but she's always going to now extend this dowel straight up and keeping her arms completely in line with her upper body. She's got a nice straight line here, and then she's going to slowly bring it back down. And yeah, again, this is really, really good. This is quite difficult to do. A lot of us are going to have really tight muscles around our shoulders that won't allow us to get this full extension here like Michelle has. But this is a great exercise for mobility, range of motion, and stability.
I'm shaking.
She's shaking. Easier said than done. She's super ninja badass, so she can actually do this. I can't. I'm working on it. This is called the Cossak Squat. So she's gonna get into a really wide stance, go all the way down onto one side. You can see she keeps this support heel to the ground. This toe comes up, fully locked out leg. Her back is nice and flat back here. She's not hunched over. And then she's going to slowly move on over to the other side like a little crab or like a spider.
Like a cat.
Like a cat. And again, makes it look super easy. It's super not. But this is incredible for flexibility, range of motion, strength, stability, you name it.
This one is actually a really good warm-up for a lot of the acrobatic moves that I do, like my aerials. I do a lot of aerials, a lot of illusions. So this one is actually really helpful for me. I'm in a position where just sitting in the splits actually doesn't do much for me anymore. So like really activating.
No, she's just bragging.
Just really activating the strength within the mobility that I have is actually really helpful.
This is a power exercise. Now Michelle does a lot of throwing things and like punching people. And it develops power, speed, strength, and it gets her entire body working together and in motion. Starting with her bottom foot, she's gonna drive through that foot, rotate this hip in, and then punch. So a couple more slow motion. See, it all starts from down here, rotation, and then punch. Boom, boom, boom. All right, now full speed. Awesome. One more. Awesome. Another rotational power exercise that develops a lot of speed, power, and stability as well. She's got this 6-pound ball here, and she's going to be jumping up one foot, throwing it into the wall as hard as she can, and then catching it and doing all that with control. Awesome. Getting all this lateral power through this one leg, full sling motion, launches it, catches it again, and again, very relatable to what she does as a career. That's why we're doing this. A single leg box jump, exact same principles apply. Coming down, loading up, driving your arm up with this opposite knee, landing on the box, and showing lots of control and stability on the landing. Step down, do it again.
And this is really important for me. Again, I do a lot of acrobatic skills, aerials, illusions, working on getting my beat twist back. So being able to take off powerfully with one leg is super important for those skills. So this one is a really, really good one.
Awesome. Oh, shit. Balance. There you go. Beautiful. Nice. So on the left side here, when she switches to her left side, make sure you notice that when she takes off, it's all the way down, and then a full extension. Locked out knee, locked out hip, big knee drive, getting maximum length, maximum power. Beautiful.
Oh, not so beautiful.
Hey.
That was awesome. So that's pretty much it. Of course, our workouts take a little bit longer than that. We do a lot more reps, a couple sets of it, usually in a circuit. Some of these exercises you might find really helpful, so make sure you try them out. Ask a friend to help you, or hire a personal trainer like Alex.
Always think about range of motion, mobility, stability, before you focus on strength and power. Get the foundation first, then build from there.
Isn't that funny how build the foundation first, and that I talk about in my staff spinning classes is building a foundation first so you can get to the more advanced complex skills?
Crazy, crazy
Funny
concept.
how life works like that, hey? Yeah, so before you go, make sure you hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Leave a comment, hit the thumbs up button. Follow me on Instagram at michelle.c.smith. Alex's Instagram.
a.r.turner.
Yeah, that's it for us. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you on the next video. So you're in the right hand.
Okay.
You want to be behind your shoulder. This top end, the reason it's not getting all the way here is because you're not dropping the top end down enough. So make sure you keep your arm where it is.
Yeah.
Drop that top end. The other one's here. And then the longer you hold it down, the farther it's going to travel.
Okay.
Yeah!
Better?
Yeah, do it again. The rule is if you touch it, you can catch it. Yes! Yay!
You saw it.